The No J Consortium lives. We make our triumphant return from Star Trek Las Vegas. And Cirroc Lofton enjoys a birthday. Welcome to the Seventh Rule with your stars, Aron Eisenberg and Cirroc Lofton. My name is Ryan T. Husk. Let's get into it, shall we? Happy birthday, Cirroc.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Happy birthday, Cirroc.
Thanks, dog.
We got a thumbs up over there, too.
I saw floating thumbs.
Oh, yeah, that was Melissa.
I'm officially over the hill now. I'm 41. Now I'm into the 40s. So it's there's no turning back from here.
Well, I hear 41 is the new 40, so it's nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's absolutely nothing.
Before we get into too much, Aron, would you like to say a couple words about Mr. J.J. Lendl for us?
Oh, yes, I would. So the artwork behind me and the artwork that I hope many people have seen by now was created by an artist named J.J. Lendl, who we commissioned to do the artwork. He's a fabulous artist, and I hope you go check out his work at www.jjlendl.com, and that's www.jjlendl.com. He's got a lot of great artwork from X-Files, Indiana Jones, Star Trek, all kinds of great stuff, and I hope you go check out his work. It's good stuff.
You know, we made a lot of merchandise with his art as well. So when you're looking through our merchandise store at teespring.com/the7th-rule, there's some of the artwork that Aron is showing you. You'll see a lot of his artwork on shirts, on mug. Our IMDb page uses the poster that he made. So if there's anything that you see that we're using and you like it, that's him. So go check him out. Really cool.
We have boxers coming, right? And briefs.
Yeah, all kinds of dogs.
No, I enjoyed seeing everybody at the convention. And I saw a few of those shirts being worn at the convention too, which was really good to see the support from the fans out there.
Yeah. And we had these table tents all over. Hopefully everybody saw them.
Discovery saw them.
I found one at Quark's Bar. So by the way, we've got one left over from Quark's Bar.
Yeah.
But Cirroc brings up a good point. Special shout out and thank you to all of those of you that were wearing our shirt around, showing off our little podcast with Aron's face or Cirroc's face or my face and MySpace.
Yeah, wow. I don't know. MySpace, that's old school. If only Tom would have shown up wearing one of those.
The thumbs up.
It was great. We had some wonderful people, and we actually had somebody, May, tagged us today with the shirt that she wore and showed up at our convention. We had some street teamers, Homer and John Tuffarella, out there kicking butt for our show.
And
I think John spoke to every actor that he met and talked to them about Seventh Rule and coming on the show. Awesome. So apparently every Discovery actor has committed a contract to come on our show. But I do want to give a shout out to them. And Julie Grisham, who came out and really supported us, and Anne Marie at the last minute.
Kat R. King was handing out flyers for us.
And Heather, our other Trek turn, as we like to call them, was keeping the fort. What is that saying? I totally blanked on that saying.
Holding the fort for us.
Holding the fort. Thank you. Back home.
Holding in the fort.
I don't think it's in.
Holding in a fort.
Never mind.
Yeah. It's a good thing. It's a good thing we didn't have to use that saying in Star Trek. But Heather was keeping everybody connected on our Discord server, which was a lot of fun, and we just had a great time. It was a really wonderful weekend. Got to meet Andy Davenport, also one of the patrons, and he goes by. Well, you guys aren't on Discord yet, Ryan and Cirroc, but that's our little server channel where you guys can connect with our patrons, and it was really one of the best Star Trek Las Vegas's I had, because I feel like we're truly developing this little community within the Seventh Rule, and all of them coming out, and we all hung out together at different times and kind of enjoyed the convention together. It was really neat. And then we saw all the guests that we had on prior, and we saw Mindy, and we saw Tyler and Madison and Dan Deavy and William. And I know, and Angie, lots of great people that we just got to see, and VN. And I feel like I'm going to forget somebody and they're getting to get mad.
You're not
So
going to, we're missing like 20 people.
I know.
So it's okay.
Yeah, I know. And I know we're on a time thing here for our Odyssey channel.
But I do want to say cheers to them, by the way. Come from Las Vegas. Here's a healthy drink to cheers from.
Cheers indeed.
An honest tea cheer to everybody that was there.
And of course, thank you and cheers to Heather Jordan for holding in the fort for us.
Holding in the fort.
Yes.
Heather can hear me right now, so I'm going to say, Cirroc just said holding in the fort, but I can't tease him because I was
I guess.
Yeah, I was blanking on it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and Cirroc was there for a little bit, hanging out with me, signing some cards and hanging out, and I got to meet Sonequa from Discovery, and she was so wonderful. So wonderful.
Tell us a second about that. That was a really cool encounter you had with her.
Yeah. So one of her managers came over and wanted a copy of the DS9 doc. And being the good Ferengi I am, I first was going to charge her. And then
you sold her an advance copy.
I almost did. I go, oh, it's $35. Well, he did ask. In defense, they did ask how much. I said, it's $35. And then as we walked over, I go, wait a second. I think I can I'd rather give it to her, but it's not my DVD, so I don't know if I can just give it. So I called Kai, and thankfully he answered. I go, hey, Sonequa wants a copy of the documentary. Can I give it to her? And he goes, yeah? What's wrong with you? Hey, sometimes I'm a Ferengi. Calm down. And we laughed. I go, not my DVD, so I didn't want to just give it out freely if it wasn't okay. I don't know if they're keeping tabs on how many they got, how many are sent out. So needless to say, I was able to give it to her for free. And then I was kind of gushing. When I met her, and she was really, really sweet. And I go, oh, I'm Aron Eisenberg. I play Nog on Deep Space Nine. She goes, yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, wow. And then she stands up and she's like, what, 5'3" or 5'4", and she's like, oh wow, we're kind of like the same height. I go, yeah, we are. Hey, we could, I don't know, maybe work together. I was so goofy.
In fairness, I will say that
I gotta save you from yourself again.
Yes, you do. You weren't there for me to save me like you did with Vera Sewell. I am literally Nog incarnate.
Real quick, I do want to say though, with Sonequa, when I saw her a couple days prior, I told her I was Robert Beltran and I played Chakotay, and she's like, "Yeah, I know who you are." So
she says that to everyone.
Lies. Why would you try to hurt me like that?
Because you gave her a free DVD and you sold me one for $35.
Wow, there it is.
What this is about.
Now we're even.
That is what it's about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Plus, I'm Mirror Universe Ryan. I'm Terrence, so I'm evil Ryan right now. Sans the goatee.
I would have sold one to my mom. Are you kidding? But not Sonequa.
She's a beautiful lady too. I actually had a chance to see her backstage when we were in.
Oh, cool.
Well, when you saved my life in London,
Birmingham.
Was that Birmingham? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll never forget where that was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither will we.
You won't let us forget. So yeah, in Birmingham, I had a chance to just briefly talk to her in the backstage at the green room, and just really taken aback by how she's seems really confident and poised, and she has a very good demeanor about her, which is something that is attractive as well.
Yeah, she's really a wonderful person. You can feel that from her.
You can feel that, yeah.
You know what? And from all accounts, everything I've heard from the grapevine, she's not just being polite to people she's just meeting or putting on the good smile for good PR. By all accounts, she's a genuinely good, loving human. And one of those people that's always bringing the group together and rallying the troops and saying, let's go do a game night, or let's get a cake for this person who has their last day or it's their birthday. So it's not an act, and it's not just good PR or good business, savvy. She's actually just a really good human. So kudos.
Well, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good for rooting for her and
exactly.
actually liking what the work that she does on the show. It just adds to that,
and that's why you're the Discovery #1 fan, Cirroc.
Well, in other news, I want to finish. Well, I actually got to meet Bo Yun, and I hope I feel like I butcher her name every time I say it, but she is so wonderful, and it was so wonderful to chat with her for a few minutes. She came to the table, and we got a picture taken together, and I was so excited. I was excited to meet both of them, and I know Kenneth, who's also a wonderful man, and I was kind of gushing to him how I met Sonequa, and I didn't get a picture with Sonequa, but I wouldn't have asked because she had a long line. I wouldn't have interrupted her line, but maybe next time. And her manager saw us in the hallway, and he goes, she was thrilled to meet you. And I still think he's lying to this day, but I would like to believe that he was being genuine because it warmed my heart. And,
let's all believe it. Let's just all combine our thoughts and believe it.
I like that, Ryan. And I will say one more thing because I wanted Cirroc to hear this. There were several of them. I think also because I saw two people from CBS holding the DS9 documentary, and what Sonequa had told Kai and Dave was that she wanted to see it because they love, and I shouldn't say they as in everybody because I don't know who she was speaking of, but they talk and are very excited to be part of DS9. They're what they sounded like were fans of DS9, and I know Erica and Bo Yun who are also fans of DS9. And you can see the elements of DS9 in the show. And she said to Kai, she's like, we are now standing on your shoulders. You've lifted us up, and we're now carrying this forward, and we're honored. And you could see Kai and Dave just really honored to have that moment with her and chat with her. And I think he brought her like 10 more DVDs, just in case she broke one. I think so. So it was a really, really wonderful experience. And Ryan can attest to this, how many people who have listened to our show have come up and said wonderful things about it. And I think I saw some shirts that said, does Cirroc have Wi-Fi? I think that was a shirt.
That was a shirt going around.
I swear I saw it. No?
I saw a bunch of, it was a group of girls, they all had shirts that said, does Cirroc have a wife?
Thank you.
You know what?
Thank you.
And when I saw wife, I thought Wi-Fi because I just being the Ferengi that I am. Yeah.
No, but Sonequa is really she's carrying on the legacy of being a representative from the African American community.
Yeah.
And being a woman, and obviously those are the torches that she carries. So she represents that, and I know that when she talks about standing on our shoulders, a lot of that has to do with the groundbreaking work that Avery did as far as being a representative of the Black community. So, and she's doing an excellent job on her end as far as being distinguished and well representing us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think that the fact that she's aware of it just signifies even more about the kind of intellect that she brings to the table and the perspective that she has. So I'm really impressed by who she has revealed herself to be.
Right.
And let's piggyback on that real quick, and I'll give a shout out to the actress that plays Joanne Owashkin. On the bridge crew of Discovery, as well as Lieutenant Bryce and Wilson Cruz, who's of Puerto Rican descent. All of them are, climbing up on the shoulders that you and Avery, initially started for them 25 years ago. So that's really cool. It's good to not just have like, back in the day you'd have the token this and the token that and the token whatever. Now it's just kind of like a big group of everything, which I think is a lot more indicative of what is real in our society right now, what's actually going on.
And I would like to say something to you, Cirroc.
Yeah.
And I wish I could find that tweet. I thought I had shared it with Ryan. Oh, I did actually. I shared it with both of you, and I don't know if you saw that. Somebody, that's it, Claude.
Oh,
McLover.
Yeah, that one was great.
I don't know if it's McLover, but that would be awesome if it was. But it's MCLVER on Twitter. And he said, "Happy birthday to the first person that allowed me to see someone like me on TV as a kid. I used to imagine I was Jake hanging on the promenade with Nog, dreaming of space adventures. And I had tweeted you out, and I know you're not on Facebook, so it's a little silly, but I feel like as our friendship has grown through the show, I wanted to wish you a happy birthday, and I did wish you a happy birthday online, and there were many responses wishing you a happy birthday online. And I don't have time to read all 58 responses. Remember, it's not like I'm super huge on Twitter, but you got a lot of love on that response, as well as in one of the Facebook groups on Facebook who wish you a lot of love on your birthday, and I wanted you to know that.
And we got to make sure that you see that tweet, the initial tweet, because he said a lot of really great things. I mean, Aron is just given a little snippet, because of time constraints, but you should see everything he said. He said a lot of great stuff.
Oh wait, Ryan, no, I think you're combining two. That was one birthday tweet. The other one was a question that one of our patrons, Tim Stowe, had for us. 5 or 6 the visitor. Yeah, sorry, those are two separate. And we can talk about that in the second segment if we want to bring that up. It was really about the visitor. And am really complimenting your work on it, and had questions for both of us. But I feel I played a minor role in that episode compared to your work on that episode, and Tony Todd, and how moving that episode was to many people. But and Visitor, unfortunately, is a few seasons away. But and today we're supposed to talk about Progress. I wonder if we'll ever progress to talking about Progress.
Oh, maybe very good.
Yeah, you like that? You like that little segue?
So good. Tell you what, I think let's talk about that long discussion of the visitor maybe next week, so that we can get into Progress, because that's a whole discussion in and of itself. But we don't want to wait
no, we don't,
seasons to get to it. Let's spend a little bit of time on that and get into Progress right now.
Oh, wait, Ryan, before you actually start with that,
sure.
And I guess the reason for sharing that tweet with you, Cirroc, is you also carried a torch. You also represented, and you probably have meant a lot to a lot of people, more than you know. And that person sharing his feelings and his thoughts and what inspired him and what connected him to our show, was you. And those are wonderful things to carry and remember, So.
Yeah, it is. It's an honor for me that people received it in that kind of a way. Just being a kid on the show, I didn't have the wherewithal or the kind of background knowledge on what it meant. Both in the realm of television and in the real world, and how people would respond to it. So I was let's say, a kind of a reluctant participant just by circumstance, not so much as a knowing, willing and knowing contributor to it, like Avery was, who was aware of so much of the impact of what he was doing and how it meant and what it meant to the people. So I'm fortunate that I followed his lead and that he was able to set the tone in such a way. But I was doing my best just to be myself. I didn't realize that being myself would allow other people to have a chance to identify with somebody that they feel like that wasn't represented in this on screen. So it's an honor for me. I really love the fact that we can get into these kinds of episodes like we're about to get into, and and see how these relationships grow. I think that this episode is about relationship building, actually, which is one of the things about Progress. It really takes a look in the mirror at who we are and how we engage and interact with each other.
Right. It's interesting. Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
The thing I wanted to say about Aron is, what I really like is the dichotomy is before we record the show, Aron is like attacking and razzing Cirroc like nonstop, like just like just like if he's got 50 water balloons and he's just pelting and pelting.
Yeah.
And Cirroc's taking it all. As soon as we go, all right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, record. Aaron's like, oh, and Cirroc, what a wonderful guy you are. I'm like, that's a professional, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a professional, yeah.
Professional.
He gave it to me early.
And I did say I'm only going to tease you off camera.
You got it out of your system, yep.
Well, yeah. Well, also, truthfully, and my wife knows this, I really only tease and joke around with people that I love. I don't really tease and joke around with people that I don't care for. So I guess I'm, as Cirroc likes to say, you're an hole. And but it's because I like that camaraderie. We have a good camaraderie. We have a lot of fun. And he got me. By the way, it's on me now to get him because he got me.
Oh, that was the best ever.
And I'm surprised he hasn't brought it up yet. But it was a pretty genius. But he needed help. But I will say he needed help from Nancy. He needed help from Nancy to achieve it, who probably thought of it. And then he rolled with it and go, oh, yeah, I like that, Nancy. That's a good idea. Do you want to quickly?
I know how to roll. Let me tell you.
Like this.
So wait, Cirroc. So he teases me too, and
we go back and forth. But I think I got the last one up this last weekend, and we play the middle finger game as we've discussed many times on this show. And I was fortunate enough by Nancy's great idea to be in possession of a mug that had a nice little middle finger at the bottom of it. And so I sat next to Aaron. I'm drinking this mug. I'm drinking from it. I set it down, and it was completely full, so you couldn't see that there was a middle finger in it. And as I was sipping away, it finally started to reveal itself. That's when I offered Aaron a sip, and hey, you got to try this, man. This is
yeah. Right after he told me he's sick all weekend.
But you took the mug and you looked inside of it, and instantly handed it back and said, "No, I don't want this." Yeah. So it was really the crowning moment for this weekend. It was